This is life in 1800s newspapers. Today's paper is the Iowa Recorder from Green Butler County, Iowa, dated August 13th, 1895. A gay young fellow of Dubuque fitted out 4 of his young lady friends with bloomers. They were having a pleasure ride when the fellow's mother overtook them. She slapped her boy in the face and compelled him to return home. Poor girls. When women all wear bloomers and their skirts are laid away, when their legs no more are rumor, coyly hid from light of day, when the petticoats forgotten with their swishing, whisking whirls, and there's less demand for cotton, I'll be sorry for the girls. Pray for the lasses who in school are at their books, at the head or foot of classes, I'll be sorry for their looks. For their ma's will make their trousers, and good heavens, don't we know who were boys and who are not? Now, sirs, that'll make a holy show. It is bad enough when Willie weareth pants his mamma made, and often knocks you silly just to see the youthful blade wearing pants with no man knoweth which is front or which is back. If he cometh or he goeth, there is quite an equal slack. But your Susie? Oh, 'tis galling, scalding tears were downward glance when you hear the urchins calling, "Say, where'd you get those pants?" You will see her youthful growing, but by no dread certain rule can you tell if she is going or coming home from school. There'll be trouble, you'll allow, sirs. There'll be anguish for your paws when their daughters all wear trousers that are just revamped from ma's. So I'm weeping as I'm writing, and my great tears fall like pearls, since I know what I'm inditing, for I'm sorry for the girls. Here, you fellows who love whiskey, read this. It is said an Eastern chemist has discovered a process whereby he can distill whiskey so that it will not produce a headache or jag. If that fellow does not make a fortune from it, he has no business head. Philadelphia, August 10th. Champion James J. Corbett and Robert Fitzsimmons had an impromptu set to tonight in the bar room of Green's Hotel, but neither were injured. Both men are stopping at the Green's Hotel. Corbett reached the city late tonight from Wilmington. He, in company with some friends, went down to the hotel where they met Fitzsimmons in the bar room. Corbett walked up to the New Zealander and said, "Well, you're shooting off your mouth again about me, flunking out through your bicycle race, and you'll pull my nose? Now I'll do the nose pulling." And with this remark, the champion gave Robert's nasal organ a smart tweak. The 2 men clinched, but before any damage was done, were separated. Fritz hurled a decanter at Corbett's brother Joe, but missed him. Things were assuming a serious aspect when a special officer smothered the kangaroo fighter. When the quarrel had apparently been smoothed over, Corbett walked over to Fitzsimmons and spat in his face. The New Zealander was apparently not anxious to tackle the champion, and Fritz was taken out of the hotel by his friends. James Robert, living up the river, brought a human skull to town Wednesday and reported that he found it on an island in the river some 3 miles above town. The delicacy of construction and the diminutive size would indicate that it was a woman's skull. The old settlers will please skirmish around in memory and see if they can remember of the mysterious disappearance of any female. A merry cockroach swallowed up the editor's new paste and murmured, "It's nice to have a literary taste." "I never yet have kissed a girl," he said with voice that yearned. "Then you may go and don't come back," she cried, "till you have learned." Do you think that you are qualified to become a baseball umpire? Are you brave? Have you ever put down a riot? No, but I've acted as a judge at a baby show. Now this is interesting. It's the hopper dozer, by which 8,000 bushels have been killed in one day. It is something of the nature of an overgrown dustpan. It is made of tin. It's about 8 feet long by 2 feet wide, runs on 3 small runners, and is drawn over the ground by a horse. At the front of the machine is a trough filled with coal oil, and behind this, at right angles, a piece of canvas rises to a height of 3 or 4 feet. As the machine is drawn over the ground, the hoppers jump into it. The canvas preventing them from jumping over, they fall into the oil, and that is the end. Have you ever heard of the saying, "to give the mitten"? It is believed that the saying dates back from the time when women wore lace mittens or mitts, and that it means that the lover, seizing his sweetheart's hand, had that withdrawn from him, leaving the mitten in his grasp. This looks funny at first, but it's only the hostler taking a chew of Climax Plug. Lorillard's Climax Plug Tobacco. Jess in a jingle. "False, false," he said. It gave her quite a start. She thought he meant her hair. He only meant her heart. This world's a most eccentric place, the thought we can dislodge. One half is begging for the work, the other wants to dodge. Sometimes in these old newspapers, someone will pay for an ad to let everybody know that they weren't going to fork over any more money. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. Notice of time. Notice is hereby given that I have this day given my daughter, May Shook and son, William C. Shook, their full time, and I hereby warn all parties that I will not be held responsible for any debts contracted by either of the above named parties, nor collect wages their due. Andrew S. Shook, dated Green, Iowa, July 23, 1895. I will end this video with this lovely poem, "The End of the World." Don't you remember when you and I, once in the golden July weather, made up our very small minds to try to walk to the end of the world together? You were just 3 and I was 5. How we danced through the sweet red clover. Surely the happiest pair alive, telling each other over and over, "Maud, you're a little fairy queen. Jack, you're a prince with a cap and feather. We won't come back to tell what we've seen. till we find the end of the world together. A score of years have passed since then, bringing the storm and the sunshiny weather. What would you think should I ask you again? Shall we walk to the end of the world together? Borne on the wings of the summer air comes a breath of the same sweet clover. Your soul looks out of your face so fair, and my heart is singing over and over. I am the prince, and you are my queen. Then look in the future and answer whether, through every possible changing scene, we may walk to the end of the world together.